You're listening to Bigfoot Club Podcast, cryptid sports entertainers for life.
Hey everybody, Bigfoot Club, Season 6, Episode 28. Bigfoot Bob here with my nephew, Steven. Steven, say what's up.
What's up?
What's going on, man?
I don't know what's going on with you, Robert Jesse Dominguez.
I knew you were going to do that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're going to ruin it for me.
What are you talking about?
I'm trying to change my name.
Why don't you do it like at a new season, not at the very end
No.
You have to do that. You can't just suddenly change during like the end.
I'm changing it.
You can't do that. Nope. Until we end the season, I'm going to correct that.
I'm going to keep doing it then.
Yeah, I'm just going to edit what you just said out.
I am. I'm going to edit it out. So, a couple things before we get started today. I wanted to talk about Yowie Dan. He just had a baby boy a couple weeks ago by the name of Don, baby Don.
I thought he named the Bigfoot Club.
No, he did not.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
You didn't see the post?
I saw the post.
Not that post, apparently.
He private messaged me.
He private messaged me too.
Shut up. You're an idiot.
Yeah. So yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations to Yowie Dan. It's great. He's a big fan of the show. He's been on the show. He promotes us even in Australia.
Yeah,
so it's a good deal.
I wonder if he's gonna get his son baby thongs.
Probably.
Now thongs, I have to say it, and like some people like they don't understand. What do you mean? They're sandals.
They call it sandals, or us Spanish people, we say chanclas.
Chanclas, yeah.
And in Australia they call them thongs. Not the thongs that you wear.
Yeah.
As a stripper or somebody who just enjoys that.
Yeah.
Enjoys it. Is that even?
I don't know. Yeah, but thongs, they're sandals. So if Yowie Dan is listening to this, he's probably like, "How did they know that I'm already two steps ahead of y'all."
So I wanted to start off the show with that because we were talking to Kelly Zurich whenever that happened.
Yeah.
And so we didn't get a chance to talk about it because we're so excited about talking to Kelly. And then
you literally found out after we stopped recording.
Yeah.
We were like already. I was getting ready for bed, and you came out of the room with your phone out. I'm like, "Yowie Dan just had a baby."
Yeah.
I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Crazy, man. Crazy.
And then we didn't get a chance to talk about it when we talked to April Heineke. When we were talking about her niece and stuff. So does that episode hurt you a little bit?
It did. I talked to B-Town Down too about it, and he had some thoughts. He's like, "Man, it's pretty fucked up, man. I think y'all were right on the nose on that. I think it's like multiple people and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, hopefully, some of because we talked off show, and then I talked to her at work about it, and I gave her some pointers on where to go and how to ask for the freedom of information and how to look up our property and stuff like that. So, hopefully she'll. I don't know why I yelled that.
Oh well. These mics are picking it like
I know.
I feel like I have to whisper. Yeah. That's what I'm doing right now.
You're whispering.
And I'm not, my mouth is not even on the mic. It's so weird.
Why don't you just talk normal?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It sounds like I'm yelling.
It does, but it sounds good. I like it. It's,
I don't know, man. I don't know.
You sound like you're high or something.
No, man. I'm just tired.
Yeah. I'm gonna test this out. You hear that?
Is that crickets?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a new soundboard we got too. How you like that?
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, it's good.
You got to add the boys back on there.
Yeah, no, I do.
And then I don't know, put some movie quotes on there.
Yeah, we just got to pick which ones we want to do.
On nothing but RoboCop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then whenever we do that one episode with Jody,
Yeah.
We do nothing of that movie. I think that's perfect.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. So how you been, man?
I've been good. I'm really, really good. So super excited. We're about to end the season. I think we're going to probably do this show, maybe another one. And I think it's going to be it for the season. And then we're going to take a break, probably like a 3-week break, 3 or 4 week break, maybe. And then come back stronger than ever.
Yep.
Season 7.
That's usually like when a writer's strike happens.
Yeah.
So we need to be careful with that.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to be careful with that. That's what you sound like.
Yeah, we got to be careful.
We got to be real careful with that. I think you're trying to do like...
I was trying to actually do the... Because I don't know what you're going to say, but I was trying to do like the cat where he goes, meow, 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 meow.
that TikTok?
Yeah. Meow, meow.
He does it so casual.
I would get a cat just to do that.
Yeah.
Obviously to cuddle, but no.
And then get like a squishy thing and throw it straight up in the ceiling and then go.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. So, but we were supposed to interview someone today, but we had to reschedule.
Yeah.
So we're just doing it. We're just doing a show now.
We're just talk shop.
Talk
And
shop.
don't stop until the bang bang boogie.
Yeah, bang bang boogie. Where's it from?
You tie with me? You're my brother?
Yeah.
Ricky Smiley.
Ricky Smiley.
Yeah.
Broccoli B.
Broccoli bean. I want ice cubes and my iced tea. So dumb. No, crisscross that out.
Like he worked really hard to put all those
Yeah.
references.
That was probably like
the best prank one.
The best prank one ever.
And you know what made it great is that lady just stayed on the phone.
Yeah. I think that's what.
So
kudos to her or him, whoever it was.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was a lady or guy, but kudos to them, because if they would have hung up, it would have been
it would have been
hard to do all that.
It'd have been kaput.
So yeah. So how you been, man?
Dumb. I feel like Brian's here or something.
How you been, man?
Hey man, what's up?
Like
he's a surfer.
Yeah.
He's a mellow surfer.
He's gonna be like, what the hell, man?
I don't talk that way.
Now he goes, now I feel obligated to be on the shows. That way they understand that I don't sound like that.
Well, good.
It's part of the plan.
So
we got to get another sugar mic though, man.
Yeah.
For the guests, because if we use the other mic, it's gonna be like.
Well, I think I have to. I bought those boosters for it, so the boosters should be okay.
Okay.
So we just got to get another XLR jack, because it's got to be plugged into the back of the booster, plugged into the front, and plugged into the mic.
Are those expensive?
No, they're like they're like they're like $10.
Now.
So what are we talking today about?
We're just talking about life, man. We're just talking about life, you know.
I thought we were going to talk about my.
Yeah. Obviously, we're going to talk about that. But we're just talking, that's part of life, man.
Stupid. You're so dumb. But we're not talking about Bigfoot today.
I mean,
we're gonna
Bigfoot Club. We already said Bigfoot Club, so
okay.
I mean, Bigfoot's already on the show.
So people,
and you're Bigfoot Bob. So.
Yeah. Hey, you actually acknowledge that.
Two Bigfoots.
Two Bigfoots in the show.
Two Bigfoots in the show. Man.
I don't know who we're doing.
Sean Connery's brother.
What's his name?
Ron.
Ron Connery. Seriously? Two Bigfoot names in the show already.
Two Bigfoot names.
So I guess we're going to proceed from here.
I'll take anal bum covers for $1,200. That's album covers. You remember that skit?
Yeah.
I'll take the tits now for $1,200. Let it snow. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. That's not even my jokes, man. Come on. You gotta keep that on now.
I know. Oh Lord. Okay.
Anyway, Ron Connery.
But we're gonna get the people, the hardcore Bigfoot people upset because we're not talking about Bigfoot.
Yeah, we're gonna be in a meme.
Yeah,
We're gonna be meme gods.
yeah.
But yeah, no, we can talk about because you said that you've talked about it. I don't think you really went into detail on it, and if we have done it, oh well, it's like an extra bonus episode of us really talking, because I think we talked about it like real quick.
Okay. So we're talking about this was in, I want to say 2021, like right after I started walking.
Yes, it was like I will say this: you were walking. I was still terrified. I was terrified that if you fell, that it would restart the whole process. For some freaking reason, I thought that was it was gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
So I was really like, because I think whenever you started walking, you started coming over, started spending the night, and started making sure, like, you know, you had a pathway to get to the bathroom, and like a safe pathway to get to the couch. And then we started taking the boys to the park, and then you started doing like climbing stuff, and I was like getting after you. I still get after you when you do stuff like that. I was like, dude, get down. Like, seriously, man. You were like, if I fall, there's padding right here. I'm fine.
You know, the funny thing is that out of the whole time I got sick, the whole time I only fell once. Only fell down one time. And it was like when I was exercising.
And this was on carpet, right?
Yeah, I fell on carpet.
When you told me that, I was like, okay, okay. Because when you said you fell, I was like, oh my God.
But I was terrified of falling.
Yeah.
I was terrified because I didn't have any control. I didn't have any strength in my legs to combat, you know, the like the unbalancedness or something. So I actually fell when I was exercising my legs, and I was leaning against. I had one hand on the wall, and I was exercising my leg. I was moving my legs crossways, you know, and I tripped. I like my shoe caught the carpet extra. And I went down sideways to my left, and I put my hands out to
break
the fall, and I landed, and it wasn't even that bad. I go, oh wow, that was good. But
well, it would have been amazing if whenever you were falling sideways and you had your hands to break the fall, you caught yourself and you did like a handstand and you start doing the windmill.
No, that wasn't enough room in that small room.
It doesn't matter.
I would have hit everything.
That's
the
good.
TV, not like with my feet. I would have hit the TV, everything. No,
and you would have hit right on like, hey, I'm good.
No. But anyway, so get back to the story. I was whenever I started walking, because Elaine had come seen me when I wasn't walking yet.
Mm-hmm. You were still
I was still in a wheelchair, and I needed help. She would help me with my sliding board, and I would slide over to the bed and then slide off or whatever. So she asked me, goes, hey, promise me when you start walking, you come visit me in Phoenix. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll go ahead and do that. And so once I started walking, and I think I stopped, in the end of September, I stopped with the walker and the cane. And I was walking okay. I wasn't the greatest. I still couldn't feel from like my calf down.
Yeah, and you didn't have like a power stride like most people have. That people take for granted. That power walk.
I was doing like choppy steps.
Yeah,
choppy steps.
And there were many times too whenever you were walking, and then we went to Target. And from the parking lot to inside Target, you were like, I'm really tired.
Yeah.
I'm really tired. Like, it was like you were using so much of your breath to cover the walking of each step. And
it was a lot. It was a lot for me.
So and I was like, okay, we can I think there was a bench right there. You can sit down right here, wait, we'll catch your breath. And then whenever you're ready, we'll start moving around. Yeah.
I think one of the very first times I ventured out, I went to go buy a belt because I couldn't find my belt. And I wanted to wear pants. So I went to Target by myself, and I thought that was a bad idea because the belts were way at the end.
Yep.
And so I was like, oh man, I was struggling. I had to sit like at, where those stands where there's like dummies that were wearing like clothing, like mannequins and stuff. I had to sit on a couple of those when I was walking in through Target. So, but anyway, to get back to the story, we keep getting off of it, but
no, it's building up.
Oh, yeah. So I went out to go visit Elaine out in Phoenix, and it was, I can't remember the town. She didn't live in Phoenix per se.
Yeah.
So she lived like on the outskirts, like an hour out of Phoenix. And it was like when I landed at the airport, Judge picked me up, and then he drove me around town before we got back to Elaine's house. And it was like there's miles and miles of desert between Phoenix and her town. I wish I recall her town. I just don't for the life of me. So there's miles and miles of desert that belong to Native Americans.
Sorry, you took a plane there, right?
Yeah.
And
I flew there.
how was the plane ride?
It was good. It was good.
How long did it take you?
About 3 hours, 4 hours. So,
And then you landed in Phoenix, and then Judge picked you up there. Okay.
like, I texted him that I was there, and like as soon as I got out of the terminal and I got in to go get my right before I went to go get my luggage, he was waiting there for me.
Nice.
So he didn't have a sign that said, Bigfoot Bob.
Yeah.
No, he didn't have it. He just
Bigfoot drop.
he just saw me, and we went to go pick up more stuff. So, but I just wanted to make that clear that there was like miles and miles of desert. There's mountains out there, but they're not huge mountains. They're just like huge ass hills. And so when we were driving through there was like wild horses running. There's horses. I thought it was someone's ranch, and I pointed to it, and he says, "Oh yeah, there's wild horses out here."
Damn.
Just running wild. And they were just like galloping just down this desert.
Like a group, right?
Yeah, it was probably like 16 of them, 16 to 20. Just rolling, looking for the one.
Called Deserty?
I was going to say easy, but okay.
Okay.
But we make it out there, and I think at the time Elaine was at work. She was working for the county or something, and then she got off work, and then she made it home. And at that time, I had just bought a camera. I just bought a digital camera, and it was night vision. Had night shot on it. I have never used it. I just bought it, and I said, you know what? I'm just going to take it out there and just test it out, like in the desert. That's what I wanted to. That was the whole plan, was just to go do it. And so she says, okay. I go, I want to try this camera out, like in the desert. So she lives right next to the desert, like her neighborhood. It's probably like, we walked like 7 blocks, and then we went right into the desert. And so we started walking out there, and it was me, Elaine, and Josh. And it was like, man, it was like so dark. The only thing you could see is like, you could see the freeway from where we were at. You can see cars moving, like lights, like in the distance, but that's it. I couldn't see the hand. I couldn't see my hand in front of me or nothing. So I turned on this night vision camera, and I popped open the lens, and the lens has a display, like a light display. So that's the only way I could see.
And you were literally like Taps or Ghost Adventures was like, this is the only thing we can see.
Yeah.
Right here in this little lens.
So we were walking. We walked probably like 20 minutes. Like we were walking on the sidewalk, and the sidewalk ended. And then we were walking on dirt, like a dirt trail. It looks like a dirt trail that like four-wheelers would usually go through. And so we're walking down this.
It's not wooded. It's desert.
It's desert, but there's bushes probably about, I don't know, maybe 15 feet high.
Oh, geez.
So it was like,
I was not thinking of that. Okay.
Yeah, it was like bushes and small trees that are like 15 feet high. There was a couple trees out there.
Any dangerous wildlife near that area?
There was. I think that whole neighborhood, she was telling me they've had experiences with coyotes and like I think like hogs, some hogs, not a whole lot, but some. And then she was saying there's a bunch of raccoons out there, and there's a bunch of skunks, all kinds of stuff.
Oh, okay, so nothing really.
And then there's the wild horses. So
yeah, snakes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably. Yeah, she said that there were some snakes out there. So we were walking, and so we walked out there. And then we stopped for some reason. We stopped, and there was like a divot in this pathway, and so we stopped right there. And then I was just showing her. I was showing Elaine and Josh the features of this camera, and I was showing her what it could do and stuff like that. And then she stops and she says, "What was that behind you?" And I go, "What?" I go, "What was that? Something moved behind you." And I turned around. I didn't see anything.
Right.
And Josh goes, yeah, I think I saw it in the corner of my eye or something. I think he said something like that. And then at the time I had two K2 meters, and I pulled one out. One was the original one that has all the LED lights that goes like to 20 milligauss. And then I had a brand new one that could go as high as, 100, and it would beep like whenever it would, test like for milligausses.
Mm-hmm.
And so it beeped a couple times, beep, 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 beep. And then like it started beeping continuously, like beep, and it would stop. I think it got up to, 24 milligauss. Like 24 milligauss is a lot. 2 milligauss is a lot. 24, that's huge.
Now, what could pick up a normal thing for 2 milligauss?
Maybe
Cell phone tower, or
no, maybe probably like a compressor on like a refrigerator. Whenever it cuts on, and it cuts on the the coolant, it'll pick it up really quick. A cell phone can do it if you turn on and turn off a cell phone, or you switch apps, it'll pick it up slightly. An ambulance, like the sirens off the ambulance, like the CB radios and like cop cars can set it off. Electrical panel, electrical
and
right
you
away.
were nowhere
I was
near
nowhere near any of that. We were in the middle of the desert, probably like a good maybe 4 miles from the freeway. And so I started picking it up immensely, like beep, 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 beep. And I was waiting for it to, dive down, because normally that's what it does. It'll spike and then go away.
Drop.
But it never dropped. It stayed on the whole time while we were out there. And Elaine was going, what is that? I go, I told her, I was trying not to scare her.
Yeah.
I was telling her, this is a new one. And I pulled out both K2 meters, and they're both doing the same thing. One is audible, the other one's not. The one just lights up, and they were both doing the same thing. So that, to me, it validated whatever that was out there.
Was a real thing.
It was a real thing. It was a real entity, or a spirit, or a ghost, or a demonic possession, or something. I don't know. So it was pretty scary. And I gotta admit it, I was trying not to show them, even though they couldn't see me, in like the tone of my voice. I was trying to not seem like I was scared, and I was pretty scared. And so I go, let's just walk back. Let's walk back to your house. So I figured if we walk back, it'll just stay there and it'll go away. It didn't. So we're walking back.
So how long were you walking? Because I know at that time you were still, it was hurting, like, for you to walk that long.
I think it was like 11 minutes.
And you were okay at that time?
Yeah, I was okay. But the sidewalk didn't hurt me. But when I was walking through the desert, the heavy sand, I had to pick up my legs a little bit higher, and that kind of tired me. I think I have a video too. I have a video of this.
Yes,
and I probably need to post it so people can actually see it, what was going on. But
how I forgot what type of shoes you had. The Skechers shoes, right?
Yeah, the Skechers,
and it has pretty good padding on the bottom.
It's got pretty good padding, and they're pretty lightweight.
Because there's times where, like, if I'm walking and I step on rocks, and that rock hits that one point of your foot where it gives it like kind of stabs you. And granted, I have shoes on. It doesn't puncture a hole in my shoe, but I still feel it. I'm like, ow, that hurt.
Yeah.
What the fuck? That really hurt. That's what I was worried about.
Yeah, for some reason when I was walking out there, it was some rocks out there, but it was like mostly just sand.
Okay, well, that's good.
It was sand, and what it was is that it was sand, and then there was areas of that desert that didn't have any water, so there was huge crevices. Like there was enough to put your foot in and your calf and get stuck in there.
Oh shit! So
I had to like once we got to that part of the desert where we saw all those crevices started coming out, I go, let's go ahead and turn back around.
Yeah.
So because it was night and we couldn't see where we were going.
Yeah.
So we started walking back, and as we were walking back, like I said, the EMF reader was still going off at the time. It was
the whole way back.
The whole way back, and never stopped. Not one time did it stop. And we're walking back, and we got back on the sidewalk, still going off. Walk down the street, still going off. And Elaine goes to me, Rob, I don't want that shit in my house. Because, like, you know, she believes in ghosts.
Yeah.
She believes in entities and stuff like that. So the only thing I can think of at that time was called Thor, which was Scott. So, you know, I got a guy I can call.
I got a guy.
So I called Scott Perry, you know.
Thank goodness he answered, by the way.
Yeah, he always answers for me.
That's awesome.
He's always answers for me, and he's like I said, if we were the Avengers, he's our Thor.
Right.
And so I called him and I go, hey man. He goes, Robert, what's going on? I go, hey man, I'm in trouble. So I told him, that's the first thing I told him, I'm in trouble. And he says, what's up? And I said, I'm in Phoenix and I'm in the desert. I was testing out my camera. I explained everything that was going on, you know, about the K2 meters. And I go, I have an EMF reader and it's reading 24 milligauss. And I don't want to bring this into my friend's house. He goes, give me a minute. And he puts the phone down and he pulls out, you know, I think he pulls out a dish or some kind of gong or bell or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. He's going to probably tell me, Robert, it's this, you know, if he's listening to this. But he does like some Latin chants, you know, he does some Latin chants. And we're sitting there in Elaine's driveway. We were just, you know, leaning against the cars. And it was like dark. And he does these Latin chants and he hits this bell or this gong, you know, and he says some more of these Latin chants. And then the K2 meter stops beeping. Dies, goes out. I turn it back on, nothing. And so I go, hey, the K2 meter stopped. This is what he said to me. Because, man, whatever you got was nasty and it was mean. It's been sitting out there waiting on somebody, and you just happen to walk up on it.
Jeez, man.
So I go, what kind of entity is this? He goes, it's not human. It's not human at all. So to me, that was like, and like I was extremely anxious because I don't know if it was the entity giving off on me or I was more nervous for Elaine. I didn't want this to go to her house or be attached to her or Josh. Yeah. So, or Judge, sorry. And I was just really nervous about it. I don't know if that was that or there was this entity itself, but that was the first night I was there.
Right.
And then
that was the first night?
The first night I was
there. Holy crap.
First night I was there. So I was there for 4 days.
Okay. So whenever you went there, do you remember what month it was?
I believe it was
October?
I want to say it was either October.
Yeah. I think I'm starting to remember.
Because it was getting a little cold.
And it was getting close to Halloween.
Yeah.
So you you passed a couple months before that. So whenever you were going, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, you were going there, you were like a light.
Yeah.
And this thing was very attracted to you. He's like, oh, this person
had left and came back.
He's the perfect person that I'm going to attach myself to.
Yeah. So the whole time I was out there, I didn't accept it.
That's good.
I think I did say a couple of times, I go, you're not wanted.
Yeah.
So it just hovered with us.
Yeah. And I think at the time you were, I don't know. I think you were just still kind of, your shell was broken.
Yeah.
From that. It was a scary experience. You were just walking. You were taking things into a new light. Mm-hmm. So whatever it was, yeah. And for whenever Scott told you that, what did you think automatically? Like,
for some reason, do you remember the comic book I was reading, the BPRD?
Which one?
Well, the Bureau.
Yeah, BPRD. But there's different stories.
There was a story in there of this guy he was a sergeant in the BPRD named Domino, and he would turn into this Wendigo like creature that looked like a jaguar, and it had like a really grotesque face and grotesque hands, and it just killed whatever that was in the area. So for some reason, I thought of that. I was thinking of. Whenever he told me about this, it was that's the first thing popped in my head.
Oh, okay.
This thing looked like a jaguar, but it was like a human hybrid form.
You said name was Domino?
Yeah. So Steven's looking it up right now.
I'm asking Jamie to do it.
He's doing Jamie to do it. So.
If it'll...
You know, he should have like a scar on his face.
I see that. Like he's got a scar from his ear.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to see a picture of him transformed.
To the creature?
Yeah. Let's see it.
You see it? Point it to me. Yeah. That's the first thing I thought of.
Wow. That is...
And I don't know why. I wasn't reading that comic book then. I wasn't doing any of that. It just popped in my head that this is how the creature looked like. Yeah. That's what I was thinking.
That's pretty scary.
Yeah.
Lie.
I'll post that on after I post this show. So that way people can see it and get an idea.
It just makes me wonder. Well, it wasn't there anymore. It just makes me wonder if that was what the image that it made you think of.
Yeah.
That you can comprehend of what it looked like.
Yeah. So afterwards, when we got in the house, I told her that everything was going to be okay, and she had relayed to me that lots of people were killed out there, either by rape or they dump bodies out there.
Really?
Off the freeway? Yeah, because there's like a...
Well, yeah, there's nothing but
desert, and there's no lights out there, nothing.
Jesus.
And so it's like super dark. And, you know, this is like that time when we were out with Luke and we went out to to Big Sandy.
Big Sandy.
Yeah. So, or it was just like that. It was just, but you couldn't see your hand in front of you. It was just super dark.
Was it cloudy?
I think so. Yeah.
Damn, that might have made it darker.
I think it was overcast. Yeah.
Shit.
And
so it makes me wonder if this neighborhood is. Was there any houses near that area where you were at? Like really close?
Yeah, there was probably like maybe because whenever we walked like seven blocks, we walked to the entrance of that whole neighborhood, and then we turned right, and as you turn right, as we walked on the sidewalk. As soon as we left the sidewalk, we were probably like, I don't know, maybe like a good 400 yards from the last
entrance.
Yeah,
house?
the very last house on the right hand side.
So it makes me wonder if that house or anywhere where you first encountered it is if it's haunted. If they had any, because if it's that powerful, 24 milligauss, and Scott said it's not whatever it was, it's not human.
Yeah,
that's pretty bad.
Because
it's kind of scary.
Weird thing about Phoenix is that and it took me a while to adjust to this, but none of the houses had roof shingles. They had tile, Spanish tile. There was no grass anywhere. Like everybody's yard either had AstroTurf, it had gravel, or it had rocks, and all the fences were stone. They weren't like wood or nothing.
Why the stone fences?
Because it's like so much sun out there, and then like the wood doesn't last. And
really?
It's dry and humid, and it just the wood, I guess, and the shingles they don't last a year.
Wow.
So it's just like so hot and so dry. Yeah, you know, I didn't really notice it to be honest with you. So
right,
it didn't make a big deal to me because, like, you know, our area is so humid and hot. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
That's great. Whenever you were there, you said it was cooling down, right?
Yeah.
How cool was it? To them, probably 80 is like, oh, this is great.
You know, she's from Texas, so it wasn't.
Yeah, but Phoenix gets really hot.
Yeah, but it was at that time. I think it was getting cold. It was getting cold, so I think she had a sweater on.
Wow.
But it was getting colder. Mm-hmm. Excuse me, man.
That chili still getting to you?
A little bit.
Don't. We didn't have chili today. We had Cece's.
Cece's Pizza.
Sebastian was in the mood for some Cece's. That's what he wanted.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not because of the pizza.
Yeah. I tried to get him to eat the pizza. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, it's scary to think that we have this person in our pocket on this in a way.
What,
But
Scott?
but if we have something that comes up where it's like that bad, like we know a guy.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
for him to do it over the phone,
Yeah.
and then him
It was-
kind of get into like I guess a whiff or
it's pretty powerful.
yeah. So, oh Lord,
I mean, to be honest with you, I was actually a lot closer to Brett Carson's. I could have called Brett.
really?
Yeah, he lives in California, and I was in Phoenix.
Yeah, but that's still kind of
It's closer than Scott was.
it's closer, but
I could have called Brett.
he'll probably be like, "Stay there, I'll be on my way." And he'll-
Let me get on my bike.
yeah, let me get on my back.
So,
No, that is
because like I know right now, I know she's probably gonna get mad at this, but Veronica Silva is going through some stuff right now, and I told her, I said, hey, I got a guy. He lives right down the street from you, and he lives. I believe he lives in Corinth or Little Elm. Sorry, Scott, if I'm saying it, but he lives right up the street. I think Veronica lives in Argyle, I believe. And
wow.
so I told her, he lives right up the street. He can go take care of you if you want it. And she still hadn't said that she wanted help yet, but she said she'd let me know. And
Can you tell me what's going on in that one? I can't remember. And you can edit this out if you want to.
because I don't know if you recall when we interviewed Scott Perry. Were you on that interview?
I think so. I want to say so.
I think that was maybe the first season. I don't know if you were on that one.
Oh, okay.
Because he was, when we were interviewing him, he was saying that he had run into some people that didn't know what they were doing.
Right.
They were opening either portals or inviting things in that you shouldn't.
Right.
And so she sent me, I think I hadn't played it for you, but she sent me a couple of audios of her computer started going, like she was, because she's going to school right now. And her computer started going through this static. And I was actually talking to her on the phone whenever it was happening. And she started recording it. And I couldn't hear it like off my ear. But when she recorded it, it was saying, hey, something like that.
What the hell?
So I don't know. So she's kind of scared about it. So I don't know. Maybe we can get Scott over there to.
Yeah. Have you talked to her recently about any updates on that?
No,
Because-
she hasn't. She's got a strange schedule. So she's working whenever I'm sleeping, and then when I'm working, she's asleep.
Is she working right now?
I'm not sure. I can text her.
Yeah.
You want me to call her?
I mean, I don't know if she's going to want to be on that show, but if you want to.
Let me see here. So hey, you're on the show right now.
Hi, show. How are y'all?
This is my nephew Steven. Steven, say hello to Veronica.
Hello.
Hello, Steven. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm pretty sure you heard a lot of dumb things about me.
I mean, not too much. I mean, but I've heard y'all talk before. I finally got y'all voices kind of figured out.
She listens to the show.
Oh, okay. So you know that sometimes we sound alike in a way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we wanted to see if you wanted to talk about some of the stuff that's been going on there at your house.
I mean, there's not too much going on. I mean, I hear strange not voices. Like I'll hear like knocking. I know there was one time I was doing my homework in my living room in the middle of the night, and I heard knocking on my back door, and I thought it was the kids, because my kids live outside outside in their little house in the back. Well, my daughter and her son, my daughter and her boyfriend, and I thought it was them coming in. And when I got up to go, my dog got real like protective over me, and he normally doesn't.
Yeah,
Do that.
that's usually a good sign.
Yeah,
Not really a good sign.
Well,
but-
it's a good sign that
It's a good bad sign.
Yeah. It's
he's
good that
noticing
doing
it. Yeah.
How, do you remember how many knocks it was?
3. It was 3.
Fuck.
And I think
God damn it.
Yeah.
but to be fair, 3 days prior to some guy committed suicide down the street at the railroad tracks.
Wow. Was it
So,
was it a homeless guy?
no, he was actually a young, young adult. He was like 21, 22.
Wow.
I think he was dealing with some mental health issues.
Jesus.
Yeah, we actually have a couple shows where we talk about mental health.
Yeah.
I think I heard that one a
Yeah.
while back.
Thank you. Thank you for listening to that one. That really means a lot to me. So, no, because we kind of go off subject sometimes, and I know it makes some of the Bigfoot people upset. They get upset.
Oh, Lord.
And they go, "Oh, I thought you were going to talk about some Bigfoot stuff."
Well, we'll talk about Bigfoot and mental health too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, anyway, to get back to your story, you heard 3 knocks. The dog got noticed. Okay, go from there.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the dog just was like super protective. So then I just sent the kids a message. I was like, look, if you're trying to come in, the door's locked. Yeah, there's a no-go.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what's out there, but the dog won't let me get to the door, and I'm not going to try. So I just stayed in my living room for the rest of the night.
Is that a good thing? What you did?
Yes,
Because if you open it, it's inviting.
It's an invitation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
So
But
And
other
then-
than that, my computer will sometimes make a lot of static noise. And for whatever reason, only on my phone will you hear voices. But if anyone else
yeah,
tries to record it or if I send it to anyone else, there's nothing. And I
yeah.
think that's weird.
So yeah, I was talking to Steven about that before we called you. That while I was talking to you one time, you were telling me, "Goes, do you hear that?" And it was like the static off your computer.
Yeah.
And I go, and I was driving at the time, and I go, no, I can't hear it. And then you send me the file, and I think I did hear it said what, hey?
Yeah. It's just hey, but like if you try to send it anywhere else, it doesn't go through. And I even had my daughter came over and she was recording while I was recording, and hers was just static, but mine was talking. Like when we did the playback.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's weird.
That
But
is.
you know what? It actually it stopped doing it after I think it did it for like 2 weeks or so. And then it just completely stopped. Like my computer's on right now and it's not doing nothing. So
Yeah. So are you working right now, or are you at home?
I'm at work, but I'm not on the clock.
Oh, I see.
Overtime. Wait, no.
I don't start working till 10, but I came early because I wanted to start doing my schoolwork. And I didn't want to have to,
and
like, stop.
I kind of put a wrench in that, didn't I?
No, you're fine. Hey, I can do both. It's not that bad.
It's a break.
So,
So it sounds like she didn't like acknowledge it, and I guess whenever you don't acknowledge it,
yeah,
it kind of gets pissed off and leaves, or
I don't know if it leaves, but it's just one of those things that
It's weak.
You don't give it power.
you don't give it power, so it's weak, and it doesn't.
Yeah.
So because what is it again? Whenever it comes to that, like it's they're trying to get you to acknowledge it for invitation,
Right.
So it's talking, and then it's you see it or you get scratches.
You hear it. You usually hear it first.
You hear it first,
And then you see shadow entities or orbs or whatever. And then once it does that, it starts scratching, it starts harming you.
yeah.
So then you lose sleep, you get scratches, you become very agitated all the time. So it just weakens you. But
Oh Lord.
so how do you feel about? Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
know when I lived in my other house, I used to get waking up a lot during what they consider the witching hour.
Yeah, 3 o'clock.
And I was always like real agitated and aggravated. But I did have a friend who made me like a little medallion, her and her coven.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, everything was pretty cool. So I'm not too sure what's up with that. But hey,
You know, what's funny is that we interviewed a girl or a woman earlier this year, and she was her mom was going through some, she was seeing La Chuza, and she thinks that her husband's girlfriend had put a curse on her. So then when this lady was like interviewing, she said her mom would always carry this necklace, this pouch, all the time. Every time she left the house, she would always wear it. And she would tell her kids to not touch it. Don't mess with it. Don't move it. And so every time she would leave the house, she would say, where's my necklace? And she'd put it on and she'd leave the house. So I thought that was it's kind of odd. I said, man, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So is this like a pouch also as well?
No, it's basically it's just a little like a you go to the craft store and they have like little circles and stars and hearts and you can like make stuff out of so basically it's just a round circle and then they I guess they drew on it, but she said that there was like a whole routine that went with it that her and her I guess her coven did for me.
Yeah.
And it was just like basically to get whatever's in the house to leave me alone.
Are you still in contact with this coven?
No, like she was a coworker at the time, but we're not like she moved up and I went a different direction. So like,
okay,
I haven't talked to her in 3-4 years.
Well, I know I told you this before, like off show, but I was telling you before, if you needed help, I have a guy that lives right there, right up the street on Little Elm. So
yeah,
like I was telling you, I called him when I was in Phoenix, when I was going through something. And he helped me over the phone in Phoenix when I was still in Phoenix. So
yeah, I'm going to tell you that.
So, but anyway, how do you feel about being on the show?
I don't know yet. My feelings are, I'm unsure about it.
I mean,
it's cool, but at the same time, I'm like, I wonder how I sound. Does I sound horrible?
Sound cool.
Yeah, you sound great. we had one of my coworkers on last week. And she had an incident where her niece got abducted and killed. And so we were talking about it. And then when I saw her on Tuesday at work, she goes, "I sound horrible." That's what she said. I said, "No, you don't. You sound great." And I know I've talked to Lindsay about coming on the show. And she goes, "I hate my voice."
She sounds like that.
That's what she says. I don't know.
She doesn't even sound like that.
I hate my voice. I hate my voice. that's my Lindsay.
She's gonna hear that.
She's gonna be like, "Why does he make me sound like that?"
I know.
I don't sound like now. I feel obligated to come on the show and tell them the world that I don't sound like that.
Yeah, we say that about Steven's friend Brian. He listens to the show too. And we always make him sound like a surfer. Of course, you heard it. You know?
Yeah.
B-Town. Yeah.
B-Town down. Yeah.
Like, man,
so,
hey man, I don't sound like that.
But
I don't sound like that.
This is how much I care about you because I called you to be on the show. I know I should have asked you, but I figured I'm just gonna call her.
I even before he called you
to catch him off guard, huh?
Yeah. Before he called you, I was like, wait, I mean, that's if she wants to be. Oh, okay. And he was already dialing. I go, oh,
I mean, I can Veronica, if you don't feel, I can take it all out. I can take it all out. So
I mean, I'm not gonna. It's cool.
She saes that now.
I know she says it right now.
No, take it down.
Take it down, you bitch.
No, it's cool. I don't mind.
Well,
I don't have too many exciting stories. I know that I've always felt that my great grandfather's always been like a protection for me and my sister.
Yeah.
But I mean,
spirit guide.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, so growing up in my grandparents' house, my great grandfather, he passed away in the house, in the bedroom that we always slept in when he was like 105.
Wow.
And so when we would sleep in the bedroom, sometimes we can feel extra weight on our feet.
Yeah, you're sitting down watching you, or standing guard.
It almost felt like he was lying across us because like we can both feel him.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I mean, I know that we always used to have very interesting dreams when we did spend the night over there.
I think that's cool because
sometimes our dreams would coincide and sometimes they wouldn't.
Because I think that's super cool because I think once we're in a dream state, we're in a domain or like frequency that's so it's you could be touched so easy by somebody that wants to communicate with you. So I think that's super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree.
It is pretty cool.
Yeah,
but I know that I remember being younger, and there was a couple times where me and my sister would be talking and be like, "Oh, that's kind of similar to my dream." Like they were like, eerily close together in like the events of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ask me what they were. I was younger. It was over like 30 years ago. I just
Yeah.
remember that they were pretty vivid dreams that were similar to each other.
So what were the dreams about?
You know,
I'm just kidding.
there was this. No, I can't really remember.
Those are usually like the really good ones too.
Yeah.
Because like you can always remember the nightmares, but not the good dreams.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I go, what? I know I dreamt about something. I can't remember what it was. Damn it.
Sometimes you forget the nightmares. You know how you wake up. Sometimes you're like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what the hell?"
Yeah.
And you feel like you had a nightmare, and you're like, "What was it about?"
Yeah.
I know it was bad because I woke up sweating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Those are always bad.
So
And then there was like another brief period. I remember one time me and Lindsay, look, a lot of times, like sometimes when we have time to kill, we like drive around the neighborhood
mm-hmm.
and we were driving. I was like, man, the guy, what is he doing? He's running so fast. I was like, you didn't have a shirt on or nothing. And she was like, what guy? And I was like, it's okay. When we get around the corner, we'll see him. Man, we get around the corner and there was like nothing there.
He's gone.
She was like there wasn't like the road ran into the road we were driving on. So if he was there, he would have passed in front of us.
Did both of y'all see it?
No, just me.
Oh, okay.
I was like, oh, I was like talking about him. I was like, didn't you see him? You see how fast he was running? She was like, I didn't see him. She was like, but I was also paying attention to the road. And then when we got to like where he was running, I was like, well, I guess we both should have seen him because the road goes into the road. Like, like he would have had to cross the street.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, I have like weird, simple things like that. There's nothing that's like consistent with me.
You know, I'm not gonna ask you to give up where you work, but I'm just saying, where are you at work? Do you see stuff? Do you think you see stuff?
So, before I moved, because in my job, there's like different units. In the unit that I lived on or worked on before, one of the ladies that lived there passed away, and we were really close. She was really close to a lot of us, and every now and then, after like shortly after she passed, you can hear her wheelchair, like in the hallway, and then the automatic door would open, or sometimes the automatic door would just open where she would sit. But I mean, and then every now and then, like I would think I would hear her call. Well, she never called me by my name. She always called me Annette. And I remember one time me and my coworker were sitting in our office. We always had the door open, and like at the same time, we both thought we heard someone calling Annette. And we kind of both turned around at the same time.
Yeah.
And then we looked at each other. But neither one of us wanted to say anything. So we just kind of like turned around and continued working.
Yeah. Well, I would just say this, that you and I at a certain point in time, we're working at the same spot. And when I was working there, I was in charge of video surveillance. And there was a couple of times, I think I've talked to you about it, is that I would see, because I would look at all the homes, and I would see certain doors open by themselves. And I know that some of these doors were not automatic doors. There's some doors on the campus there that were automatic, but the ones I was looking at were not automatic doors, and they would open up sometimes. And there would be other times when I would look at the gym, and I would see orbs on, like, not in daytime. Like I'd see like orbs of light, and it wasn't a flashlight, and it wasn't a car driving by. It was the windows were really high, and I go, why am I seeing this? So I would see it, and I would like pause it, rewind it, show my coworkers, and they go, I don't know what that is.
Even the doors that were opening and closing?
Yeah, I would.
That's wow.
So, but anyway.
I mean, but if you think about it, this place has been here for a really long time.
Yeah.
And since like not really. Yeah, I guess really long. It's about
long time. Yeah. Yep.
1967, I think, is when it opened, the facility. Yep. And back then, the laws for tending to special needs people were not
the
as
best.
strict as they were.
They weren't the best.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of evil stuff happening.
Yeah.
That like what a lot of us don't know of.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's the scary part. Right
It
there.
is scary.
That is. It's sad. Very sad too.
But anyways,
Yeah.
I won't keep you because I know you gotta get off and do your homework. So, but I appreciate you taking my call. All right, well, I'm gonna let you go. I just want to tell you that I really, really love you. So,
all right, love you too.
okay,
And we need to hang out
yeah, we do. We need to do a play date with the boys.
for sure.
Okay.
Family will like it.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
What do you think about Veronica?
She's cool.
I love her. She's
cool.
She's a great person. She was my study partner when I was at this job, and we had to practice takedowns for violent offenders, and she was my partner.
Oh, jeez. Did she take you down?
She got to take me down. I got to take her down.
Nice.
And so we were always together all the time. We would eat lunch together and all kinds of stuff. So, but it was really cool.
Well, that's good that she pretty much said that nothing's been happening.
Yeah.
So whatever it is still in its weak state.
Yeah. So you wanna talk about drones a little bit?
Yeah, we can talk about drones. You're talking about drones like what's been happening lately, or
Yeah, I wanted to talk about the now.
now.
There's all those drones that have been happening in Jersey, and like there've been the news has been, and we rarely talk about the news.
Well, yeah, we
really talk
try
about the
not
news.
to at least.
And the news has been like talking to the FBI assistant director, and I think the head of Homeland Security, and the government is saying that they're not aware of any kind of dangerous intentions or something. But there's been multiple reports on the news, on social media, of thousands and hundreds of drones, and like some of these drones look huge. They look like a size of a car with all these lights and stuff. So, and they're over like in the state of New Jersey, over like not medical, but military installations. So what did you find on the internet?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff from like BBC, USA Today. Drone sightings prompts worries, but there may be an explanation. This was 37 minutes ago from USA Today. I didn't even know that was a word. For the last month, New Jerseyans have reported odd, and this, I guess it's been happening all month?
Yeah, it's been happening a while.
New Jerseyans have reported odd lights in the sky at night. A rash reported a drone sightings that has attracted attention of local residents, politicians, and even President-elect Donald Trump. Concerned witnesses have described clusters of lights, saying that they look like drones hovering over populated areas around the state. Now, even as sightings have expanded to New York and Maryland, government officials haven't been able to put people's minds at ease. So who or what is behind the mysterious drone sightings? This has gone too far. Drones temporarily closed runways at New York airport, governor says. Because the sightings aren't confirmed to be connected, it's possible different sightings have different explanations. Federal authorities have tried to reassure residents that the objects don't appear to be operating nefariously.
Nefariously, yeah.
Yeah, so like in a threatening way, I guess. The FBI and the Department of Homeland Security have said such sightings mostly appear to be not drones at all. Historically, we have experienced cases of mistaken identity where reported drones are in fact manned aircraft or facilities. The agency said in a joint statement. There's like a headline here: mystery drones are swarming New Jersey skies, but can you shoot them down? And a question form.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that was USA Today. That was 37 minutes ago. That was posted online. What was another one here? 4 hours ago. So, what are these flying objects? White House National Security spokesman John Kirby has suggested that many of the drone sightings are manned aircraft. Both federal and state authorities have said that they do not believe the drones are dangerous or pose a threat to U.S. national security.
Why would it not? You know, it's been my understanding that a drone is part of, I think, some kind of federal law that is they equate it to the same as like a airline.
Yeah,
like a flight of an airline,
and then they've said manned aircraft. So why can't you confirm with this, whatever this is,
right?
Flying the aircraft, what its intentions are,
right? Because if it's in the same category as an airplane or a company, flight, that you cannot shoot it down. The only people that can shoot it down is the FBI, the DOJ, I think the FAA, and another entity, but I forgot who it was. Mm-hmm. But you can't, by law, shoot it down unless it's the U.S. government shooting it down.
even if it's posing a threat.
Even if it's posing a threat, yeah. So like city officials, like a local sheriff or a state trooper, they can't do it. It's got to be one of those groups.
I mean, someone's going to bring this up, and I guess I'll bring it up. You think it's aliens?
I don't know. I mean,
to us, we see it as drones.
By them not telling us, it's either a couple things. It's either the U.S. government doing this, or it's aliens, and they don't want to confirm it. If either it's the government or aliens, because they don't want to cause a panic.
Well, I mean, they already said that they exist, so I don't understand why.
Yeah.
There's lots of people that panic over odd reasons and different reasons, and I even read somewhere online today too. It was on Twitter. I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it, but it was someone posting on a thread stating that they are drones, but they're from the military, that these drones can depict gamma rays, and they're testing it out to see if a nuclear strike is heading towards certain area, that they get the information of where and when. I read that. I don't know how true that is, but it was on a thread, a part of Reddit that someone posted on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know how much I can take from Reddit. Yeah, because Reddit is like, you got to take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
It's
but that kind of makes sense in a way. I mean,
yeah.
What if they're testing it out? It could be, and the military or the government, they won't confirm it. But it's not us.
I think last night when I was posting stuff on Bigfoot Club, I was watching the news, and there was a report of I want to say a military base, and one of the highest commanding officers did a statement saying that they didn't know what it was. So if a military base doesn't know what it was, and the people in Congress or the people they're being questioned in Congress about this, they don't know what's going on, somebody's lying.
Yeah, or someone is not being informed of what's going on.
Yeah,
that military personnel that said that, they probably not. They don't have a certain level of access to know that information. So of course he's going to say, I don't know. I don't know what that is. But that doesn't mean he has an idea or two of what that could be.
I'd hate to be that guy right now.
Yeah, I'd hate to be anything on the military right now.
He's probably peeling potatoes right now. Or probably like stacking a bunch of can of peaches.
Oh yeah. Yep, it's not a can of peaches. No,
it's
the U.S. government property. We're quoting Band Brothers.
Yeah. We don't salute the man. We salute the rank.
Yep. Yep. Great show. Now you're gonna make me want to watch it, man.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody's gonna hate it. I always watch the part whenever they find the camp. Every time.
Every time whenever I start watching it, it's always there in
Bastogne.
Yep.
Every time. We're passing through the cable channels and stuff, I'm like, oh, Band of Brothers on. We put it on Bastogne every time.
Yeah,
and I'm like, are you serious? We never catch the second episode or the third. It has to be that episode.
I was proud that I actually watched that from beginning to end.
I remember watching one episode with you when I was spending the night, and it was on, and it was the one where
Bestone?
no, it wasn't Bastogne. It was the one where Winters goes to that field and shoots that young one, the young officer, and then they attack the whole battalion on that. I remember seeing that, and I think you ordered Vito's, so I was like really happy. Like, yeah, Vito's and World War II stuff.
I must have had some bucks or something, because Vito's was not cheap.
No, it wasn't. But it was one of those times whenever you could order an extra large big pizza, and get like, I think at that time you were like, go to the vending machine and get us a couple of Cokes. Okay, cool. Yeah, all right, I can do that. I can do that. But yeah, no. Band of Brothers. If you haven't watched it, you better watch it. Anyways, the drones.
It's kind of scary.
It is kind of scary, but at the same time, are we still not surprised?
I feel bad because I have a drone and I haven't even flown it, and I'm afraid by the time I fly it, it's going to be banned.
Oh yeah, you better drone it up right now.
I know. So
is it charged?
I got to find out where it's at.
Shit!
It's somewhere in the garage.
Oh no!
So
the New Jerseyans.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I didn't either.
So what are we?
Texans?
No, well, yeah, that's easy. But Justinians?
I don't know. I don't think they do that with the cities.
Oh, well, New Jersey is it a city?
It's a state.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're right, man. It's just, it doesn't sound right to me.
Yeah, it sounds weird.
New Jerseyans.
Yeah, I wouldn't be comfortable saying it.
No. Hey, what are you?
New Jerseyan.
New Jerseyan. Well, they say New Yorker, right? New Yorker.
Yeah.
Washingtonian. I don't know. It's fucking weird.
It's dumb.
It is dumb. So you think it's aliens?
Could be
aliens.
I don't know. It's just like
the scary part about it is that it's like they were saying like it's hundreds of them.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust this government right now. I don't know if I could just trust our government to tell us the truth. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I don't want to cause any anxiety with people listening to the podcast about it, but
well, we had to talk about it.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that I just think it's just all of it's weird.
Yeah, I'd much rather be talking about Bigfoot and probably
that person that's listening is like, I've been telling you.
It's about damn time you talk about some Bigfoot.
He's listening to this, he's making a meme right now. Oh, we're talking about Bigfoot now? Okay, let me go ahead and delete this. That's how he sounds.
Why does he sound like?
I'm making him sound like he's got like tobacco in his mouth.
Tobacco, and he's got like a big beard.
Yeah, we talking about Bigfoot now.
He's typing barefooted or something.
Yeah. No, I'm using my hands.
Oh.
Yeah, no. What do you think Bigfoots think about that?
The drones?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think they care.
I like that answer.
I don't think there's probably not a lot of Bigfoots in Jersey. They're probably like over in New York State.
Well, it's saying that it was making its way to Maryland too.
Yeah.
Like it's maybe, you know what? Maybe it's Santa Claus.
Could be.
It is that time. It's December 14th. It's that time. He's got to send drones to make sure people are on.
Maybe he is sending drones. Yeah. Sending Christmas presents.
Yeah. Should give me one of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to sell it. You know what I'm saying?
So, we're coming close to the end of the year. So we have to do one at least about, our predictions for the, I got to listen to the first episode and listen to all our predictions. So, I think probably next week, maybe our last show for the year.
We'll see.
Our finale, it'll be episode 29.
Is it going to end with a to be continued?
Of course.
What do you sound like Ben there? Or Bane?
Of course.
I like that. No, I guess we got to listen to what were our predictions for this year, compare it, and then what are our predictions for next year?
I think we're probably maybe like, I think we got 40% of it right.
40%.
I want to say that. Yeah.
Didn't you say that the Rangers are going to win?
No, I said the Cowboys.
Oh.
The Cowboys. So we're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you were dead wrong on that one.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Wishful thinking. I mean, the Cowboys have been to 8 Super Bowls. They won 5. I think that's good.
Yeah, but some people are saying that that's 30 years ago, man. Let it go.
Still, I mean, there's teams like Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Huh?
Cleveland.
Cleveland, yeah. There's teams like that who's never won Super Bowl.
Yeah, they get like swept under the radar from Cowboy haters.
Yeah. It's all good.
Yeah.
You know, I like everybody though. I don't
Really?
I mean, I'm a Cowboy fan, but I'm not going to stop living because they don't win. It's just one of those things, man. It's just part of life.
I think a lot of people should think that way.
Of course.
For any reason. I'm not going to throw in examples.
Yeah.
I think people are smart enough to realize that, but I think people should live by that example. That's a very good quote there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's that from? What is
That's the Taekwondo
Oh, is it?
thing that we're not part of anymore. Closing statements.
Closing statements. I want to do a shout out to. I haven't done a shout out to Tony in a while. She's a regular listener to our show. Kathy DeBueller, Veronica Silva for being on. Thank you very much. And then Lindsay Silva as well.
Yeah, we had an unexpected guest. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, that Veronica.
Veronica, yeah.
Yeah.
I call her Nika, but then and Josh Judge listens to the show on a regular basis, and then B Town Down listens to the show on a regular basis. And there's a lot of people that I'm sure I'm missing. Robert Cuddy, I haven't said his name in a while. He's one of our very, very first listeners. I'm sure I'm forgetting people.
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to everybody that listens to the show. All 4 of you.
Oh, stupid. You just named more than 4.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. My math.
Contradicted yourself.
My math. Quick maths.
Yeah. Yep. 2 plus 4. Or 2 plus 4 is 6. Quick maths.
So, how about you? You got any shout outs?
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to the drones. If you're listening.
Yeah. I wish all the drones would like spell out Bigfoot Club podcast.
You know, it'd be creepy if they hear this and then they do it.
Do it. Yeah, it'd be awesome.
That'd be awesome, but I'd be like, I think we need to stop.
No, we would blow up then. Literally, we would blow up.
Gosh. That was so weird.
Boom.
We'll be on the news and they're going to be like, it seems to be, communicating with us. Bigfoot Club. What is that? And then they were like, they scrambled and Bigfoot Club podcast.
Yeah.
Jamie, go ahead and look that up and see if that is a podcast.
And they would go, that son of a bitch, Steven.
Oh, okay. I think they would say your name first because you're the main. You're the main one.
That son of a bitch, Steven.
No.
Lives in Texas.
No. Just go ahead and say the whole address. Address that you live at too. Jesus. Oh God. We lost him. And he's gone. Oh. What did that make you laugh earlier?
I forgot.
Oh, are you serious? I forgot too. Damn it. Fuck. What was it?
It was pretty funny though.
It was, but it wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't my joke. It was. Jesus Christ! What was it? We gotta freaking listen to the episode.
Yeah, we're getting old. It's all right.
Oh man, I'm tired.
I want to do a shoot out.
Whoa! Edit that out.
I want to do a shout out to Luke Gross.
Yes.
Hopefully he's listening. Ken the Marvelous Marvel. Love him. Anybody else that listens to the show, I really appreciate it. We appreciate it so much. I wanted to ask this, if you guys can just go to our social media and just like share, subscribe. We're at Bigfoot Club 1. If you have any interest in any interesting stories, or if you want to just do a comment about the show, how the show is doing, you can email us at bigfootclub1@gmail.com. And please go to our Instagram, our Twitter, our Facebook, our TikTok especially, and just share all our stuff. Just share it. Just share it once a day.
Listen to share and then share it.
Yeah. And then like it. Heart it.
Yep.
Do all that stuff.
You turn back time.
Turn back time. So anyway.
Yeah. Shout out to Back to the Future because we've been watching that like
Yeah,
crazy.
we have.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Movie.
Oh.
The fuck? I mean, I guess you can call it a show because we'll watch it in 30 minutes and then we'll do something. But yeah, it's a movie.
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Really good show.
Yes. God damn it.
Anyway, okay. Well, we gotta say goodnight.
How many seconds are we in?
We're 1 minute 19 seconds.
You think you could do something with that?
I think so.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
So good night and goodbye.
Goodbye.